Shalom, Akim Yahawah Shem Yahushai Barakatham, call Halal Yahawah Shem Yahushai, double honor to our apostles / elders with your GMS, and blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and doing work in truth and sincerity. Me and Akim, was talking on the polo, so, and we was talking about a lot of things. The main thing is, just occupying yourself, with the health, exercising, reading, just, a culmination of things. And through the Spirit, that's been going on for a couple of weeks now, and a lot of afflictions through sicknesses been happening also, and everything is spiritual. So I wanted to bring out a scripture. I don't have it on hand, but I can quote the chapter in the verse so y'all brothers can look it up if need be. It's Sirach chapter 33 verse 27. It says, basically send him to work that is idle basically because that person that is idle will eventually tend to evil. And idle means to not transmit power, or to be motionless or vain, empty. Basically, there's an old saying, he that is idle is be not idle, because that's of the devil's playground, if I'm quoting it right. You know what I'm saying? So, we say we have, we got a lot of time in a day to do a lot of things, and, you want to stay busy, man. You don't want to be idle, and you don't want to, you want to transmit your power to different things, your energy, instead of just chilling. From even being under your woman, you can say, oh, it's family time or whatever. That's it's vain. Hey, even working out is vain. But you gotta keep your health. It has to be unto edification. Like building you up. Like if you got bad health, you need to get up and moving, because we're in a society that you don't move much. Riddle me this. Well, a lot of people don't do, manual labor type jobs nowadays, man. A lot of people don't go out and play with their kids nowadays. A lot of people, we all don't do these things. A lot of us got office jobs. You got cars. You don't walk around as much like when you were a kid. So with that being said, you gotta basically compensate for the for the lack of mobility that's taking place. Now with the food, you got so much GMOs. You got GMOs and all kind of fucked up food, and not only fucked up food, but vaccines, and then you got chemtrails, and then you got shit in the water. So now you gotta really press toward eating more healthier than you normally do. If you eat meat, you gotta worry about if it's glue in the meat. When you eat fruit, you gotta worry if it's pesticides on it. So it's a lot that takes place with we have to go the extra mile. Then in the truth, you got a lot of bullshit that's out there. You got a lot of basically grossness, bullshit that they push in the truth, lies, so you gotta dig deeper. It ain't like you could just read the Bible and look around and say, oh, we're Israelites, because everybody know that Negro, Latino, Native Americans are Israelites, things of that nature. So when you're lazy or when you're stagnant, it will become a habit. We're creatures unto habit, man. And that's why I wanted to bring that out. And that's why it's important to not be idle in anything you do, from the scriptures to eating to actually a physical labor. You want to practice everything to be continuing motion, to flow. Now there's times that you have to rest. That's what the Sabbath is for. That's what the Shabbat is for. Even when you're dieting, you gotta have a cheat day. When you're working out, you gotta have a rest day. When you're studying, you gotta have a time that you're chilling and relaxing your mind. you know. So, but you don't want to relax too much, you know. So what the point is, man, you know, when you're not moving, you know, if you're not doing something, you know, then you're doing nothing. You know, nothing from nothing gets nothing. You know, at anything. You know, and another thing that through the Spirit, you know, the brothers in the camp, we always talk about, and things come up is when you want to do something or embark on an adventure, such as, say you want to do a lesson. You know, sometimes brothers, you know, had points they wanted to do like 8-part series and shit, and you haven't done, you're not consistent with doing regular videos. You know, first get your foundation right. You know, you do that. If you don't know where to start with eating healthy, just start. You know, if you don't know where to start to work out, just do it, and then you'll find out where the windows of opportunity to set up this big old elaborate cardio or strengthening or, you know, or a certain type of workout. Just start walking. You know, just get up and start walking. Do something. Walk up the stairs or walk to the store. You know, eat a salad for lunch instead of blah, blah, blah. Or eat an apple instead of, you know, this. Or drink water instead of soda or any type of high fructose beverage. You know, you read, or when you ride in your car, instead of listening to worldly music, listening to scriptures. You know. And I learned all this from a bunch of brothers, a culmination of brothers on doing certain things. You know, I want to, you know, put their names out there because it's not necessary. But I see different brothers and how they operate throughout their day. And, you know, I seen brothers that walk, you know. I run, but just seeing that person walk and saying, damn, you got to start from somewhere. And it's important to start, you know. Like shit, you know, see brothers like, you know, I was talking to a brother like, man, I don't have as much time on a daily, besides outside of work, I really don't have time to read strenuously like that, you know. And the brother's like, you know, because I read a book, but, you know, bouncing around from book to book, I don't have that time. And the brother's like, man, we'll ride and listen to the scriptures, man, you know. And you know, so it's always room, you know. If you sit there and say you don't have time, you got this, then you're gonna fail, man. Never do that. You always don't even consider that, man. You know, that's just like considering, you know, what if the Lord don't come type shit, you know? Like, what if he don't come tomorrow? Like, that's not even, shouldn't be a thought in your brain. Same thing as achieving a goal. It's failure. The reason why you fail shouldn't even be a thought. You know, now dangers and caution should be a thought on, you know, not to do it like this or this or that. But as saying, you know, what if I fail? That shouldn't be a thought. That shouldn't be a concern. You just get up and do that shit and you gonna figure it out. In all these aspects. And the only way to pick up a habit in that is to do it. That's the only way, man. You know, when you watch, you know, a boxing fight with somebody, you know, I watched boxing fights with a couple guys before, and they always say, man, he do this and do that. Have you boxed before? Hell no. Well, how you gonna tell somebody to do something? You know what I'm saying? First you gotta get in it to know about it. You know, to be able to say what to do and what not to do. So that's the same way with reading. Instead of, you know, setting up this big old series, just start doing lessons consistently. Then when you do them consistently, then you'll know how to do this 8-part series. You know, when you see the apostles doing it, when you see somebody eating healthy and doing these mean green smoothies, first off, learn how to make a smoothie. Just make one. Make a basic one. Make the one you know how to make. You know, when you're exercising, you see somebody doing jump ropes, running up hills and shit, man, just go walking for 15 fucking minutes, 30 minutes. You know, apply. You know, apply what you know. And then you'll learn more. It's all about building a foundation. And when you do that in the world, it'll automatically translate into the truth. We're creatures unto habit, man. You know, when you first started reading, you ain't going in Revelations, you go in Deuteronomy, Moses, all the books of Moses, man. You know, so it all starts from just applying. You know, I had somebody tell me that too. Hey, man, I don't know where to start. Start basic, man. Go to the basics. It's always about the basics. Always start with a regular foundation. You know? So, with that being said, man, I hope you brothers was edified. And I hope, you know, you learn something from this. And if I can say anything, you know, just apply. So call Allah Yahbashim Yahushai, double honor apostle / elders, which are of GMS. Blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and doing work in truth and sincerity. Shalom.